It's Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here, and we've got Grace back. We're going to do an Easter cook today. I mean, isn't the weather glorious? We're shorts and t-shirt. Just saying to Grace, it always looks a bit odd, an apron and a pair of shorts. They are there somewhere. But yeah, Grace wanted to come back, so we've invited her back, and she's going to cook a couple of dishes today for us. We haven't practiced. That's all the noisy meat thing. We've got a meat probe going on, but anyway, we'll tell you about that in a second. That means our lamb is ready. So if you might have heard that, you might not. I don't know how the iPhone teaches that. So we're going to do 3 dishes as usual. So I'm going to cook, or I have cooked. We're going to show you some lamb, and Grace is going to cook.
We're going to do some marry me butter beans, and oh sorry.
Yeah, and we've not practiced this one. We'll own up. This is what. So there's something on.
I think it's been big on like a lot of social media. This
yeah, marry me recipes.
Apparently, it's supposed to be it's supposed to be good enough to warrant a marriage proposal.
Yeah, hopefully.
So we'll see.
You know,
yeah.
we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, so we've changed it a little bit. So we never steal recipes outright. We always manipulate them a little bit. So we're going to do that, and then the other dish, which was sort of inspired by one you wanted to do anyway.
So we're going to do some pancetta minty peas, but put some garlic and chilli in there, make it like sexy, make it nice.
Lovely. Anyway, let me grab this. So we haven't got Andrea today. We've got Helena on camera. So no Andrea. We're all meeting later on today for a big. Are we allowed to say that? Is it a secret?
No.
Big family party. Secret. Okay. Sol was 18 this week. Sol, who is our nephew, who is GB champion.
No.
British champion.
British under 18.
British under 18 champion. So it's his birthday, so we're going out for that later. So Helena is on camera, but we do have Mama here, so she's looking at everything that's going on. She won't type, but she will drink. She has got red today because we're doing lamb. Anyway, we'll pass you back. So I think because that's beeped, we need to get this off. So let's go and have a look at this. I'll tell you what we've done. So we have done this, and Grace has been saying all morning, oh, smells gorgeous. Get in there and look at that, Helena. Whoops. My meat are falling over. So we have done a leg of lamb, and what you'll see is there's little holes in it. I think we've done this before, but this is the way we like lamb. We've put little holes in it. We've studded it with garlic and rosemary and anchovy fillets. I know that sounds a bit weird. Well, it does to some people, but for us that's normal. So we're going to pull this off. We're trying to get this to be rare. So we're aiming for 54 degrees, and the beeping hopefully meant it was ready. It was nigh on there. So, but yeah, we studded it with garlic, with those anchovy fillets. Should be delicious. So we'll leave this to rest a bit. It was cooked. It's probably a little over, I think. So I'm not gonna wrap it for a minute. I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes, let all that heat go away a little bit, and then we'll wrap it. But you can see it's self-basted, beautiful piece of lamb, the whole leg, it's bone in, you can see the bone here, and we've just pushed the spit through. We have recorded this bit, so prepping it, so we'll put that up on the recipe so you can see how easily we just pushed the spit straight through the lamb, avoided the bone, and got it to be pretty much balanced in terms of when it's spun. I'll sort that out. Don't
Yeah, no, it's just getting the hot.
Okay. So that's our first recipe.
So someone said they're not sure about the anchovy fillets, but I think what I would say is
this,
you can't taste
you
it.
won't. Doesn't taste fishy. Well, we're going to get you to try it. So, have you had anchovy and lamb before?
Not in lamb.
No. So you will try it if you do it in pasta. If you ever go to an Italian restaurant and you have pasta, chances are it's got anchovies in it, and you never knew. I know people don't like anchovies on their own, but they just add a little bit of salt, a bit of umami in there. They go really well with rosemary and garlic. Try it. Just put it in a couple of places, and I bet you wouldn't know it's in there.
So yeah, I don't think you actually see them in there.
No, they'll have dissolved. They'll have all just they just sort of. If you put them into a pasta sauce, they just sort of evaporate and disappear. Yeah, you use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Right, I'm going to shut this egg off because we're done on that one, and we'll crack on. So we're going to start right by Mama.
Okay.
So we're going to go over here, and we're going to. Oh, I guess we're going to do a recipe on here with Grace. So we'll get your pan on and get it warmed up. So we're going to go direct. This is yours. Come on over.
I'll go the other side.
Yeah. Well, when I stay there, and then I will start. We'll get some bits. So, what are we going to do? How are we doing this? And I'll hand you ingredients.
So start with some oil in the pan.
Yeah, some oil. So we're going to use, just because we've already opened them, some sun-dried tomatoes. So you can just pour a bit of oil in there. Yeah, if you want, or you can use a spoon, whatever.
Morning, Nick.
So yeah, if you're using sun-dried tomatoes or anything like that, you may as well just use the juice.
Morning, Franco. Morning,
Lovely.
Paul.
Shall I shut that?
Yeah, shut it and let it warm up a little bit. So our egg is about 200 degrees, 180, 200. We're just going to start frying off our shallots, and I'll get you the other bits. So what else do you need?
So yeah, we'll put the shallots in, maybe the garlic.
Tell you what, Grace is an absolute demon with a knife.
So I'll put the shallots in there. Probably put the garlic in there too.
Morning, James. How's the head this morning? Did you have fun last night?
Yeah, just give that a little bit of a zhuzh to get the oil on it, and then we'll shut it. And it's going to take a little bit. That pan was cold, so it'll take a little bit to warm up.
Actually, I'm going to chuck in these as well. If that's
Yeah.
okay.
So this is Grace's extras. So what was that?
So we've put in the basil stalks. So the recipe says to use fresh basil, which we're going to chuck in at the end. But I like putting the basil stalks in with the base of like any pasta sauces or anything like that, or anything that's using basil, because it really enhances the flavour. It tastes amazing, especially if you cook it in with the garlic and shallots.
Perfect. So we just chopped up just the end, just the stalks. So about that much of the basil stalks, and yeah, they've gone in little. So these will warm up. This egg will warm up in a minute. Should have put the pan in earlier. Do it wrong. I'll go and put that pan in there in a minute, and we'll. So who have we got on, Helena?
So we've got Smoking Celt has just joined.
Should we? I'll take the camera, and you can. We can talk to. Oh no, because you won't be able to read it, will you? Duh.
Wayne
Yeah.
McDonald. We have got James Lambert on.
Morning, James, who was here yesterday.
Yeah, Franco, Nico, Nick Woods.
Morning, Nick.
Uh,
How are you, Nick?
Steve Gill, Brent,
Morning, Brent.
Sal and Paul, Sue.
Morning, Sal. Morning,
Mrs.
Paul. What we should do is everyone should put where you are, because we had a guy on the class yesterday, lovely guy, and he said, I've watched all your videos and I love the fact that people all around your village are watching it. And I said, they're not round our village, they're all over the country. So just type in where you are.
Andy Mayer
Roughly.
is on. The Van influencer, Jim Chu, Let It Be Meat, Jay Colbert, Alex Bar and
Recognise any of
Grill.
these? No, not
Oh,
yet.
Jay Walton. It says, great to see
Oh,
Grace
yeah.
is back. Jax Bren, Riverside Barbecue, Neil Brearley, Josh Cawthorne, Wolf Shack,
Wow.
Ben Howard, Ben Bagley.
They're all putting their places in there.
Oh, they are,
Yeah,
and they are.
okay.
You should read
Oh.
out the places.
Hang on a minute, sorry.
Just so, because they won't come up on the feed. They'll, you know, because when you do this, you don't see all the comments when it goes up later. But
Binksy.
yeah. Oh, morning, Karen.
Franco's. Guess where Franco
Oh,
is?
Franco. I should know this because he's travelling. He's on holiday, of course.
Yeah, he's in Spain.
Yeah.
Franco
is always on holiday.
We've got Maidenhead,
Maidenhead.
Histon,
Sexy. Histon. Well,
Bournemouth, Peterborough,
Basingstoke, Leamington Spa,
see, it's not all in our village.
Southwold,
Manchester.
There you go. Southwold.
Wandsworth, Brackley,
Is it sunny everywhere? Hopefully it is.
Somewhere near Epsom.
Yeah.
right.
Awesome. Right, should we get back? Should we have a look and give it another little zhuzh?
It's warming up now.
Yeah. Yeah. We should have put the pan in. So it's starting to sweat down a little bit.
Yeah, I can smell it.
But Yeah, this is going to need a little bit, so you'll have to bear with us today. You know, our first time doing this one.
I'll tell you, I bet I know what you have forgotten.
What? The peas. I will get the peas
Key
in a bit. We
ingredient
don't need
for
the peas yet. That's next recipe. I can run around today because Grace is doing the cooking. It's amazing. So yeah, just sweating these down.
Yeah.
So what else are we going to put in? Tell them how it's going to work.
So I think next I'll probably put the spices in.
Okay.
Because I like putting my spices on my sautéed onions, garlic, because it just, like I said about the basil stalks, it really enhances the flavour of them. And then we've got some lovely sunblush tomatoes. I love sunblush tomatoes. So that'll be nice to probably put those in next.
Yeah, we've got some chili flakes as well. So we could have used whole chilies, but we're going to go with chili flakes. That's what we got. We hadn't got any big red chilies that we wanted, so we're going with that. Got a little bit of tomato paste.
Yeah.
Always good idea to cook this down a bit, caramelise it a little bit, sweeten it up.
I thought
So
you
we'll
were
put
going to say
that in.
squeeze from the middle.
Oh, well, you do need to squeeze the tube from the middle, which is going to be difficult.
Because I've already rolled it
I
up.
know, I might have to go and get a new tube just so I can get the posh bit of tomato puree. Do you know this? That the best bit of the tomato puree is always in the middle of the tube.
Why is that?
That's why you always squeeze a tube, like toothpaste. The best bit of toothpaste is in the middle. You always squeeze
It's
it
so
from the
annoying.
middle.
It's a load of rubbish. It's a load of rubbish.
It's a boy thing, Grace. Us boys just, you know, we're lazy. We always squeeze from the middle. So I have this thing, running joke on here, that the best bit of tomato puree is always in the middle of the tube. Right. So let's have a little look, a little more, another zhuzh. I'm just going to go and wrap my lamb a bit.
Yeah.
Rattle it.
Oh, it's starting to sizzle a little bit now.
Sizzle.
I can smell that the basil as well.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
you?
Smells good. Morning, Bob. Morning, David. Morning,
I think you
Rach.
could probably go in with
Yeah.
spices and
Cool.
yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to chuck in, we've got some sweet paprika and Italian herbs there.
Yep.
Probably
Yeah.
all of that one.
Yeah, all of
Yeah.
it. Go for it. We could use oregano if you only had oregano, but we're going Italian herbs. This is an Italian dish.
And then our chili flakes. We're going all these as well.
How spicy do you like it?
I don't
up to you.
mind.
Up to you.
I mean, I don't want.
This is we've got Mama here, and we always
always
try
a
and
joke.
poison her.
Oh right,
So
okay.
yeah, go in
It's
with a
always
lot.
a joke, yes. It's not funny to me, but it's
She's done it.
She
Yeah.
can't see what we're doing. It's
No.
fine.
And then you're just going to fry those off, sweat them off a little bit.
Do you know what might be? Can I go and get some white wine vinegar? Because I like putting vinegar in everything.
Okay, I'll get
and
it
I
for
think
you.
this is gonna.
Okay.
and you bring the peas.
Oh, yeah.
It's alright, you don't need those. That's fine.
So
We're all good.
I like putting white wine vinegar in like all of my sauces. I know I
Okay.
said this last time as well.
That's okay.
But-
It's good. Makes it our
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
And
Sit
we
your
need-
own, yeah.
Yeah.
But it helps soften all of that in there, and it gives the spices something else to cling to as well.
Okay.
And it,
Excellent.
just I just like putting it in everything.
That's fine.
It gives it a different dimension of flavour
Actually, I can
because
smell it. It smells lovely.
yeah,
It's just starting to.
Yeah.
we're just warming the spices.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
White wine vinegar.
I'm going to put a splash of that in now.
Okay.
I'm no good with I don't measure anything. I don't.
You're
But
like Nick.
I reckon that was about
about a tablespoon.
tablespoon. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit less, but I might put a bit more in. We'll
Okay,
see.
that's fine.
So, yeah, I'm going to put a bit more in. It helps everything just soften down a bit and starts bringing it into a bit of a sauce. So that was probably a good tablespoon,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh, it smells lovely.
Oh, it's sizzling now. We've got some heat going.
I might come the other side of you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it might be better in terms of colours.
Am I annoying? I'm moving
No,
my
no,
head
no,
out
not
there.
at all. Not at all. Morning, Rob. Have we got a joke today? I'd like a mate. Morning, Marcella. So today we are doing a leg of lamb ready for Easter, which we have Yeah, already cooked. Whilst you just give that a zhuzh, I'm just going to take them back over to show them for everyone that's joined. We have cooked lamb on the rotisserie. They are just
Almost had a panic there that we didn't have any peas.
I could see you panicking. Which we studied with rosemary, garlic, and controversially, anchovies. Sorry, Ken. Obviously, anchovies is optional. Sorry, this is
Drain these.
right.
Yeah.
And I am going to go back over.
I'm just going to drain some butter beans for Grace.
Yes. So Grace is started making some marry me butter beans. Just want to give a little recap because we've got some new people that have joined. Just tell us what's in the pan.
So we've got some shallots in there. We've got garlic. We've got basil stalks finely chopped as well, and then we put some paprika and Italian seasoning in there. And then we put in about a good tablespoon of white wine vinegar.
Yeah.
So that's the base of our sauce so far. I'm just going to add in some tomato puree. I think the recipe says about 2 tablespoons, doesn't it?
Good squeeze.
It's a good idea to always fry that down. It does sweeten it up. So, yeah, make sure it's on the middle flame.
Morning, Martin.
I might just put the rest of this in actually.
I might go on the recipe and change it so it says from the middle of the tube.
Of course.
And like Nick said, this is nice and sweet, so that balances out. That will balance out our vinegar. I might chuck in.
Those have got to go in. I'll take that out of the way.
Chuck the tomato, sun-blushed tomatoes in there.
And then
And this is getting a bit hot, so I might just chuck it for a
we
minute.
pop these in and
Oh yeah.
yeah, you want those in. So those are our butter beans. So 800 grams of butter beans. You cut it down to a little bit if you want. And then we're going to add some stock to it. So they're good. They look lovely. For this recipe, we're doing one because it was this marry me thing, and we thought, you know, that sounds great. But two, because we wanted to do some potatoes, but not do potatoes. So instead, the beans are going to be like your starchy, your carbohydrates.
They're very good for you.
Yeah,
Got
good.
Lots of nutritional.
There you go. So we've got these butter beans instead of potatoes. So it'd be like a mash to go with our lamb and to go with our peas that we do have, thank God. I got a tiny packet of
I
peas
know, I
out the
could see you
freezer.
panicking.
I was going, oh my God, it's like,
I knew they were there because I
yeah,
checked.
yeah, good. So we got our peas. Grace has just taken a
Jump rope.
because it's warm out.
It's lovely. And my face is going to go bright pink.
You are, you are bright pink already.
Luke used to make fun of me all the time for going bright pink as soon as I stood in front of the fire.
Right, you probably need a bit of stock in there now just to help break those beans down. So we've got about 300 millilitres of stock, and that's just going to help break those down.
You don't actually break them up. You don't
No.
leave them off.
No. And then you can just flatten them down. And then we'll let these simmer for a bit.
Yeah.
And then we've got some spinach and a couple of other bits to add. So pop it shut, we're good. What was Mama laughing at? What were they saying? You went,
Rachel, she's put peas.
Peas? Yeah, Rachel.
Tom-
Oh, it's Rachel. Tom's on, is he? Tom's at home. Our nephew's at home in Barnes this weekend, we know. So Tom's, he eats very beige food, apart from peas. So he's like his Uncle Nick. I like my peas. Right. We could probably crack on with that now, couldn't we? Yeah. So we're going to go over there, Helena.
Ooh, okay.
Right.
I'll stand this side then.
So I've put your pan on.
So what are we cooking then, Grace?
These are our minty pancetta peas.
Awesome.
So we've started with a hot pan.
Which always helps. Yeah.
Well, a bit of oil in there, but not too much because we're going to get some nice fat out of our pancetta.
Nice.
And then I'm going to, I'll tip the pancetta in because we've already got a hot pan, so you want to make sure your pan's nice and hot because you want to hear that sizzle as soon as that goes in.
Perfect.
and then I'm gonna keep this in here as it is just for a bit, and I want to get some nice colour on our pancetta, because I find as soon as you start adding loads of other bits in, it starts, if you add it all in straight away, it doesn't colour as nicely, or the fat doesn't render down as much. So
yeah, it'll take some of the heat out of the pan. The more you put in there, the more things you've got to cook.
So I like to let it brown on its own. Get those
good
check that.
And the key with a lot of these things, with brown, so I'm drinking my Coke, but a lot of these things is to, if you want to get them brown, it's just like bits of chicken when you're making a stew or so on. Put them in and don't move them. The more you move them, the more it cools down. If you leave them, they'll caramelise faster. So just leave them for a good couple of minutes. On camera, it's really easy to think, right, I've got to shuffle and we've got to be doing something. It's a lot better if you're not doing something.
So what's everyone else cooking up this weekend?
Yeah.
Rach, apart from 3 kilograms of peas, love.
Who's got? Is that what
Rachel's
Rach?
got 3 kilograms of peas in.
Yeah, you're going to need those for Tom.
Yes, I've just asked what everyone else is cooking this weekend.
Maybe that's what we'll do next week. We've got. Oh, I don't know if Tom's going to be here, but we've got my brother here next weekend, and Rachel and Annie, I think.
Yeah.
Don't know if Tom's
Can
here.
you just stand in a little bit closer?
If they are here, maybe we should theme the whole weekend with peas. The cook, because we've got another cook next week, so we could do pea fritters and pea, I don't know, soup and pea. Anyway.
Tom's defo coming.
Oh, is he? Perfect. Oh, we've got them all. Excellent. So, cool. Right, they're cooking nicely.
I might give them a stir.
Do it. Oh yeah, you can see the fats rendering. They're getting a little bit golden. Lush.
Yeah. So Lloyd is doing a butterflied leg of lamb and he's looking forward to seeing the sides that we're doing today.
Okay.
So Grace is just browning off the pancetta to go with the cheese.
This has felt very relaxed today, which is, it's not normally like. Grace came, what, about 8:30, 9 o'clock? Yeah, something like that. Normally in the morning I'm flapping like anything, running around. Having an extra pair of hands today, well, you did most of it to be honest, but she's so good at chopping it, just zoomed through. So we stood around for the last hour, just chatting. So we've done a bit of theory on how meat cooks and taught some of the stuff that we do in the classes. So not that she needs to be taught. I mean, she's very good.
We've been trying lots of chilies as well.
Oh yeah, we tried some chilies. I got her to try spicy, crispy. We've got a crispy chipotle chili paste. That one was good.
Yeah.
But then I opened the other one from the Asian supermarket. When it's brand new, it's nuclear. You had a bit of that, and
I'm a bit of a wuss though with chili, but it went straight. You know, when you go straight to the back of your throat, and it's like. So it was one of those.
So yeah, just because Mama wasn't here earlier, she didn't get away without getting the chili exposure.
So Martin has made some pineapple salsa to go with his pig wings that he's going to smoke while he watches the Masters.
What are pig wings?
There you go.
Martin, what are pig wings?
And Karen, it's all about the pork for them. They're doing pork ribs today and then a roast pork tomorrow.
Oh.
With Chloe, because she's back home from uni, which is nice.
Welcome home, Chloe.
And Rachel's doing paella.
Cool.
Very nice.
Right. So what else is going? You could probably put.
Yeah. So we'll probably chuck in our schlots, and they're gonna soak up all of that bacon fat, and it's gonna be so nice. Garlic.
A couple of cloves.
Excuse my fingers. And then should we go in with the chili as well?
Yeah, up to you. Yeah. I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going in all of this again?
Yeah, go for it. Now these, again, we didn't have any red chilies. And you're going to say they are red chilies. We only have bird's eye. So I took Grace through I was taught by Nick, who does our Thai classes. Always try your chilies before you put them in, so you know how hot they are. So chop them up. We took all the seeds out. I think you were quite surprised at how many seeds came out of those little chilies.
They were full of seeds.
Yeah. But always try a bit of your chilies. So take the seeds out, because those are the really hot bits. The seeds and the white pithy bit inside, get that out. Just have the outside of the chili. And we tried a bit. It wasn't too spicy. It's okay. But yeah, we'll get those going down. Right, should we have a look at our one over
Oh,
here?
yeah.
We keep Helen on her toes.
Or
I'm loving this not cooking.
starting to look nice. So I'll probably keep our temperature. It's gone up to like 200. Probably keep it up there, wouldn't you? So
Yeah, it's
we want
boiling
this bubble
nicely.
down and
Yeah.
Thicken up a
Juice
bit.
yeah.
And then if you wanted, you could break up a few of those beans, but I think for now, just leave them as they are.
I think some of them are going
Yeah,
a bit.
just breaking a little bit. They're
Yeah,
looking
it's
lush.
nice.
So we've got, what else have we got to go with? We've got a bit of spinach.
Grace, I might just come
Oh,
behind
yeah,
you the
sorry.
other way just so I can get any better because it's just a bit bright. That's all. Perfect. Yeah.
Got some spinach
Yeah.
eventually.
My
We've got
shadow and your shadow are helping. with
Oh,
the-
it's
yeah, perfect. Grand.
looking lush.
I think this is quite a nice alternative for a change.
Yeah, instead of potatoes. And it'll go really nicely with this lamb. I think it's going to...
Yeah.
We have got a whole leg of lamb to eat between the four of us.
Oh, we'll get through that.
Mama will.
not worried.
Perfectly happy. Yeah, 60 quid's worth of lamb between four. Sounds like a bargain to me. Anyway.
Oh, so Martin has said that.
Oh, pig wings.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut this up.
Yeah.
Can you come and stand over
Yeah,
here?
we'll come and stand in the shade, shall we?
Because it just otherwise.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're going to go on this egg in a minute anyway.
Pig wings are deboned pork shanks, so ideal for pulled pork if there's only 3 or 4 of you.
Okay,
You
that
just
makes
smoke
sense.
Then the same method as ribs, and then it's about 400 grams each wing.
Each wing, okay. And how long do they take, Martin? He'll come back. Let's find out.
Sounds
Probably.
lovely.
Yeah, sounds good. We need to do that. So maybe that's a cook next week. Martin's pig wings. We'll get Martin to come and do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. You probably would know Martin. So, should we have a little look? Come on in, Helena. Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be fine. That'd be really good. Yeah, you're all right.
I might put some vinegar in this as well.
Yeah. Right. You are responsible.
We team chef it. Thank you.
So vinegar actually enhances any dish. If you've ever got a dish and you think it's lacking in flavour, just add a splash of vinegar to it after it's cooked and it will transform it. You might think it needs salt, you might need to think something else. Just a splash of vinegar and it can transform a whole dish. So you're doing it beforehand, which I love.
I like if you put it in at this stage, it sort of cooks the vinegary bit off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think people are probably scared to put it in because it's vinegar.
Yeah.
But if you put it in here, it does have a strong, like, smell it.
You smell
can't
it,
you?
yeah.
But that's it cooking off, and then you're left with the lovely flavour that it adds to your dish.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
Stick with it. Stick with your
So
convictions.
Martin uses the 3-2-1 method without the 1.
Without the one. So that's the 3-2 method.
It's the turbo method.
Yeah.
What is
Sounds
that?
good. So 3-2-1 is when you're cooking ribs, pork ribs. You normally do three hours. Yeah, Helena's going.
Well, otherwise, yeah.
3 hours with them unwrapped. So you put your ribs on, put a bit of prepare your ribs, put a little bit of French's mustard on. It's just a binder. You can use oil, but then put your rub on.
Yeah.
No barbecue sauce, and then you put them on your egg for 3 hours at 110. Then you take them off, you wrap them in foil, add in a little bit of apple juice, or you can use just sugar water. Put them wrapped in foil back on for 2 hours, and then you take them off, you unwrap them, and then you put them back on for 1. So that's the 3-2-1 method for cooking
Nice.
ribs. And you just add your barbecue sauce right at the end, because barbecue sauce burns. Now for Martin, he's going to do the 3-2-1 without the 1. So he'll take his ribs or his boneless pork shanks out. So 5 hours, and the wrapping them steams them essentially, or stops the moisture evaporating, like the graph we drew earlier. So you'll power through the stall, and it will cook quicker. Essentially, so yeah.
Do you want to do a quick recap on what we're cooking? Because we've had quite a few.
Okay, so for anyone who's just joined, I'm cooking, or I've cooked. I've done very little. I've done a leg of lamb. So we did it on the rotisserie. It's just sitting here, spun up on the Let's Q rotisserie for the egg. We've studded it with bits of garlic, bits of rosemary, and anchovy fillets. So the anchovy goes in there, just adds a bit of salt. Don't be scared of doing it. Try it. It's epic. And we've got this beautiful leg of lamb, local leg of lamb from our butcher Remy. Remy at Frank's Farm. Love it. So that's my dish. And this is just sitting resting now. I can probably wrap it. Yeah, I don't want it to cool down too much, but it should be rare. That's what we're aiming for. Grace likes it rare. Mum likes it. Mama likes it rare. We like it rare. So that's what we've gone for. I hope you like it rare. Yeah. I'm sure I'd ask, but yeah, God, that face. Yeah. And then Grace is cooking 2 dishes. So she's got one over here.
This is our. We're doing minty peas with pancetta, chili and garlic. I'm going to give those a mix actually. But I thought something minty would go nice with the lamb as a side dish.
Yeah. And we could probably go in with the peas now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got about 15 minutes to put it all together. So, and that's about 2 cups of peas or.
Did you actually measure it?
No, did I measure it? I just tipped it in a bowl.
And they're still frozen.
I was just happy we got these.
Okay.
You know. Yeah, they're still frozen.
But they're fine. Then keep them
That's what most
fresher.
people have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're petit pois. So we like the little ones, petit pois, posh peas or whatever. But you could use garden peas. You can use whatever you want.
I do love the colour.
Oh, it's just going to have great flavour. Then we do need to chop some mint for it in a minute. So we'll get.
Yeah.
I'll bring that over into the shade. Oh, I didn't bring your knife out. I'll go and get your knife, Grace,
Oh, thank you.
because you are an expert with it.
And I'll tell them what we're doing on the other egg, shall I?
We'll go over to the other egg, and this is our second dish, which is called, what's it called, Grace?
Marry me butter beans.
They are looking good.
Yeah, I might give them a stir. I like it when they starts caramelising around the
Yeah.
outside. Oh, look at that. So that our stock, we put our stock in to make it a bit saucy, but now that's thickening up lovely. And those beans will be soaking it up, all the flavour.
Yeah, can you go and stand on that side just to act
Yeah.
as a bit of a shadow?
I don't think that's where I need to be. I think it's about here. Look. Yeah, something.
Slightly better.
These caramelised bits around the outside is where all the flavour is. That is the best bit. I always spend ages scraping that off
Yeah.
and mix that in because that is the best bit in my opinion.
So what else we've got to go in?
I reckon should we put the spinach in?
Yes.
So we've got
Some
plenty
roughly
of
chopped
spinach.
and that will just wilt right down. Give it a little bit of flavour, a lot of colour.
Really looks lovely on the camera.
It does.
Should shut the roof of the thing. Anyway, we are where we are. I think the sunny bits can look great on camera. Just doesn't look great when you're looking at it on the
No,
screen.
it's fine.
Oh,
I don't want to mix it too much. I don't want to damage all the beans.
I think
no,
just
leave it. Yeah,
leave
just let it
it.
sit.
It'll wilt down.
And then we've got 2 other things or 3 other things to put in eventually.
Yeah, we're going to put some double cream in it.
Yeah.
And parmesan. That'll make it a bit more saucy. And our parmesan in tomatoey sauces is just.
Oh.
And then, but we'll put parmesan in before we salt it because parmesan's quite salty anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we know where we are with
Perfect.
our salt levels. So we'll let that spinach wilt down.
Perfect.
We're going to check the peas
Get
again.
the peas then.
These probably aren't far off. You don't want to overcook the
them,
peas,
no.
Yeah.
otherwise they'll start going a bit grey.
More in stand.
They're looking lush. So give those another minute while you're doing that. And I think we probably need them quite minty, so let's get you some mint here.
Thank you.
You tell me how much you want.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, good amount, I'd say. Yeah. So we can just take the leaves off. So all we're doing is just you hold the tips of the stalks, and then you can just run your hands down. It would pull the leaves off. He says, making a right hash of it.
I think it's because it's going to sit.
Yeah, they've been sat out. They're quite warm.
Mm.
This bag of peas, bag of mint is warm. If you go that side, because that bit's a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's that for?
That's to drain off. When you've got a piece of meat, it will drain all the juices, and you can put a plate under here and catch them all.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
What, put in your gravy?
Yes, exactly
Nice.
that. I'll stick with that. Look at this girl chop.
Moving the table.
Yeah, the whole table wobbles here.
Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, you go in with those bits as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you see what she did? She rolled it up. So when you got herbs like that, roll them up into a ball and then chop them, and it makes it so much quicker and easier. So Luke down at High Grange has obviously taught her very well, or your dad did.
I think Dad has done a good job.
Yeah.
I learnt loads off Luke as well. He's
Yeah.
an excellent chef. If you're ever down Lyme Regis, Axminster Way, definitely pop in, get yourself booked on.
We've said it loads. We're going down in the end of May for his feast night with Julie, who does our private classes, and Eddie, who does some of our classes, and their partners. So the 6 of us are going, which is where we met Grace last year, because Grace was working there.
Yeah.
And her mum and dad were there. But we know Luke really well, and if you've got to go.
It's a beautiful place, really, really beautiful. And they're just building a new roof over their kitchen, so there's new stuff to see. They've got a new silo as well.
They've got a new bar, the
bar.
silo bar. So it's an old silo with a window cut in it. I've seen it on
Yeah,
social
really
media.
cool.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Right, I think we're going to do take them off and then add it.
Yeah, because otherwise it'll wilt down. Won't
Yeah.
it? That's
So-
done, isn't it?
Yeah, you can probably grab those. I'll get you a trivet.
Do you want it on this board?
There you go.
Oh,
You can put it
perfect.
straight on there. Looking forward to these. I'll shut the egg down.
Thank you.
Oh, they smell gorgeous. So yeah, get your mint in there when you're ready.
Sprinkle it over.
Yeah, go big.
More.
Yeah. And then there's some spoons and stuff so you can taste it. And if you want salt, pepper, I think pepper in there would probably
Oh,
be
yeah.
quite nice. A bit of black pepper in there.
Definitely. Lovely. Bit
Give
of
it-
salt? Or-
Yeah, if you want, well, taste it and see.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because you've got all that pancetta in there, which is nice and salty anyway.
Yeah.
Probably needs a little bit, but
Trying to get a bit of bacon on there as well.
oh,
Bit of salt?
tiny bit. Yeah, not too much, but yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's lovely.
Oh, it's not too spicy.
No. No, it's good. I'm going back in. Sorry, double dipping. We all do it. Lush. Oh, got some pancetta in that piece. Beautiful. Right. So we can finish this one. That can just sit. We'll finish this. So our spinach is wilted beautifully.
I'm going to put the cream in, I think.
Yeah, go for it. You can put the whole thing in.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going rich and
Oh, sorry.
hey, all over Helena.
Sorry.
Hooray! It's alright, you should see the state of me when we finish these things. And then I'm going, yeah, give it a stir, go in with your pancetta. Not your pancetta, your parmesan pancetta.
Getting excited about peas.
Yeah, they are good, those peas.
This dish, these butter beans, I hope they live up to the hype that.
Yes.
Yeah, this is called
I mean,
Marry
I think
Me
I'm
Butter
I
Beans.
think I'm a bit behind the trend, but
It does look
they
incredible.
look lush.
Okay,
You could, if you wanted to keep it vegan, use coconut milk
yes,
and vegan cheese and etc.
go for it.
This is
Absolutely
a
go for it.
good vegetarian.
I'm sticking all this in there.
It's up to you.
We can put more in.
We can
I'll
put
try,
more
I'll
in,
try.
exactly. So when when I cook things in the kitchen, I'm just like Grace. I never measure things, so I just grated parmesan, and it's supposed to be 30 grams, and we got to 40. So, but
Salt's
hey,
probably 35.
yeah, that's about 35. that is looking as
That does look good.
sexy as, if I'm allowed to say that. And then you've got some basil to.
I reckon you put that over at the end, otherwise it
Yeah.
will go.
Should we try a bit?
Try it, yeah.
Did you want any pepper in that?
First, try it.
Try
Yeah. That's pretty damn good. Do you want pepper in it? I don't know that it needs it. That's absolutely. That's
That is really good.
yeah, yeah. Lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
Well done, Totty, Helena. Bit of basil,
It's the parmesan.
the parmesan, and then I'll get you another trivet.
So I just tear some of this off.
Yeah, just tear it off and put it over the top, I think. I love basil.
That is good.
We're making Mum hungry.
We'll send some home in her tummy.
If there's any left.
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
We're going to plate up. I'm going to carve some lamb in a second, but we'll just get this off.
James, I'll try and get this published for you this afternoon.
We'll get some photos of this. Yeah, look at
So
that.
James was looking for a couple of veggie dishes for tomorrow.
That is stunning, Grace. Well done.
Actually, and what I've also seen is you could just have this as a main meal and have it with nice crusty bread.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be perfect. Right, I'm going to just get rid of this minty lamb.
So that's
Minty
the
stuff,
marinade
that's all right.
beans. This is the peas and pancetta.
We have our leg of lamb that's been resting. I'm just going to get a bit of blue paper because our board has got this channel and it will leak. So we'll get our spit out.
How are you going to slice this with a big bone for it?
Okay, good question. We do have. This is still bone in, so you can see the bone here. So what? Will it pull out? If, and I don't quite know if Remy just left one bone in there, or whether it's got the joint and then another bit of bone.
Okay.
I didn't ask him. I should have asked him. So if it's got the joint in there, it definitely won't pull out. I don't think we've cooked it enough to pull it out.
Okay.
Hopefully not, because I want this to be rare.
Okay.
So we're going to take a knife. We'll just take a slice off. And when the bone runs down there, and then it would come out this way. So if we take a big slice off, we can then decide whether we want to cut. That's what did my mum shout? That's her bit.
That's mine.
Yeah. Or we could just take a little. We'll take some little bits off and see how we're done. In fact, I'm going to use my bigger knife. So can you see, if you look at these pieces, the grain of the meat is coming up through it because I'm cutting that way. I could cut, if I cut that way down onto it, the grain would be going along. Now this muscle on top, you see here, the grain is going along on this top muscle, but this bottom muscle, it's coming through. So this piece, this bit here, if we look at it, you really want to cut across it, but we're going to cut it into little bits anyway. Oh, so juicy.
Does it make a difference to how it tastes, if whether you cut against or with the grain?
Yes. So we, in the classes we cook a chicken and we take one breast off and cut, like, I call it that Helena's just tucking in here. So if the camera's all over the place, Helena's tucking in. We'll get some to you in a minute, Mama. We take one chicken breast off, and I call it the Jamie Oliver, the M&S one. If you ever see a turkey at Christmas and they do these slices off, what you're getting is the grain running along it, long pieces of grain, and it's not so good. I'm just going to put some of these on the board.
I can say it looks lovely.
Yeah, and you can't see any, there's no anchovies in there.
Wouldn't even know there's anchovies
Yeah,
in there.
but you know it's got a nice salty, can you see here? There is a little bit of anchovy, tiny bit there, but there's garlic in there, there's garlic here. So we can take thin slices off. You're going to get some of that flavouring in. I say it in the classes, I'm rubbish at carving, but we get some beautiful bits of meat there. It's not overdone. So we aimed at 54 degrees. We'll get some of these out. We'll come back to that in a minute. I'm just going to wash my hands and then we'll serve a bit of each of those either side. So give me a second.
That looks amazing.
So you could do this, although we've done marry me butty beans, you could put meat in there. So I've seen versions with chicken and other things, but I just think it's a nice side.
So
and even
I'm
as
just
a
gonna-
main meal, that would be
Just going to
lovely.
take the bit. We'll go on this end with the marry butter beans.
Oh, I reckon like some chorizo would be nice on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it's got enough flavour
Oh,
though with
yeah,
all those
yeah,
sun-dried
definitely.
tomatoes in
Oh,
there.
it
It's
doesn't need
stunning.
it, but, yeah.
And then we'll get a few of our peas and our pancetta this end. It's going to go everywhere, but we'll get some photos later on. But we'll take this over. I'm just going to clean it up over here for 1 second.
So they are the peas. Sorry, I've got bad photos.
We're going to get stripey everything today because the sun's.
The beans. That's amazing.
So let's take this over. Get some photos of it all in a minute. In fact, I just want to clean that little bit up. I'm just going to get a carrot. And then I'm going to get Grace to tell you what she's got. Look at that. Don't want that there. Don't want that there.
Okay.
Come on over, Grace. Get in there. Tell us what you have made.
So we've got a leg of lamb cooked nice and slowly over the coals. Then we've got pancetta,
look at the juice
minty
coming out.
peas,
It's definitely rare.
and then we've got marry me butter beans.
Oh, that's all right. It's
They
just
look
oil.
delicious.
Got a bit of blue roll there to catch that juice. We're going to tuck in.
Yes.
We will take some photos of this. We'll get the recipes up this afternoon, but we're sitting down. We're going to enjoy ourselves, tuck into this, and then I'm taking Grace to my favourite Oriental shop to go and get her to try some stuff. Send her home with some different bits and bobs and some chilies. We're going to get her to take home some jalapenos so she can do ABTs. She's never had ABTs, so I was talking about ABTs this morning. So yeah, we're going to pop off and get that.
Right, so just to recap, because we've got some very late joiners, we've done minty peas, a roast leg of lamb on the
I'll try and stand there and create a bit of shade.
and some marry me butter beans.
Oh, well done, Grace. That
Well
looks
done.
epic.
No, thank
We'll
you.
get some lovely photos, and we will be back
Next week.
next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of you who bought Big Green Eggs this week. I think we have got 6 being delivered in the next 2 or 3 days. And also those of you who bought Big for Spaces. I have got a very busy week this week. I'm out on the road installing Big for Spaces 3 days in the next week. So awesome, and an egg install, and it's just gone mad. Sunshine really helped, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Grace, for coming again.
Thank you for having
Hopefully
me.
you'll be back again. You will be back because we need Mum and Dad to come. We've got to feed them at some point. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next Saturday.
Yes.
Perfect. Have a great week.